In this video, I want to go over a LeetCode problem called toSum, and it states that given an array of integers that is already sorted in ascending order, and this is very important, sorted in ascending order, find two numbers such that they add up to a specific target number. The function toSum should return indices of the two numbers such that they add up to the target, where index 1 must be less than index 2. And they give us two things to note. One, your returned answers, both index 1 and index 2, are not zero-based. And two, you may assume that each input will have exactly one solution, and you may not use the same element twice. So they give us an example. The input will be our input array will be numbers, and it will contain the integers 2, 7, 11, and 15, and our target will be 9. What it wants us to do is find two integers in this array that sums up to the target 9. So if we just look at it, we see that 2 and 7 will sum up to 9, and the output would be 1 and 2. Although 2 and 7 have the indices 0 and 1 respectively, they want us to return the position value, and I don't know why they did that. So number 2, instead of having the index 0, it'll have the position 1, and 7 will have 2, 11 will have 3, and 15 will have 4. I don't know why they did that. They just did. But since the way we're going to solve this problem is, since our array is sorted in ascending order, and we can assume each input will have exactly one solution, what we can do to solve this problem is create two pointers. We will start off our first pointer, pointer A, at the very beginning of our array. So we're going to put pointer A here at the beginning of our array. And we will put pointer B, which is our second pointer, at the very end. So pointer B at the very end. We will then sum up the values our pointers are pointing to into a variable called total. So for the very beginning, total will be 1 plus 15, which is 16. If the total is greater than the target, we're going to move pointer B by one position to the left to decrease the total and get it closer to the target. However, on the other hand, if total is less than the target, we're going to move pointer A by one position to the right to increase the total and get it closer to the target. So we're going to go through this problem on the whiteboard first before we code it out. So we already have our two pointers, A and B, one at the beginning and one at the end. We're going to sum up pointer A and pointer B into a variable called total. So we'll just say TO for total is equal to 1 plus 15 is 16. We then check, is total is greater than our target value. So what we're going to do is we're going to move pointer B by one position to the left to decrease our total and get it closer to our target. So now that we've moved it, we add them up again. 1 plus 11, total will be 12. Total is equal to 12. We check it, it's still greater than our target value, so we move pointer B by one position to the left again. And then we have 1 plus 7, so total will be equal to 8. We've went too far, so our total variable is less than our target, so we move pointer A by one position to the right to increase our total. And then we have 2 and 7, so our total will be equal to 9. And total is equal to our target. So what we do is we return not our indexes, because the indexes would be 1 and 2, but the positions. So we will return position 2 and 3 for this problem. So in order to code this solution, what we're going to do is we're going to first start out by creating our two pointers. So pointer A and pointer B. So A pointer is going to be equal to 0 because it's going to be at the very beginning of our list, and B pointer is going to be equal to the length of our numbers list minus 1, because we need this pointer to be at the very end of our list. And then we're going to create a while loop. So while A pointer is less than or equal to B pointer, what we're going to do is we're going to total up our pointers. So total is equal to numbers of A pointer. So the current position of A pointer plus the current position of B pointer, numbers of B pointer. Okay. Then we just check like we did on the whiteboard. We say if the total is greater than the target. So if the total is greater than the target, we're also going to create an else if statement. So an else if, and just say if the total is less than the target. So total is less than the target. And then for our last condition, we can just say else, because if it is not greater than the target or less than the target, it's equal to the target. And we're going to start out with what we do if the total is greater than the target. So what we do is if the total is greater than the target, we need to move pointer B by one position to the left in order to decrease our total and get it closer to our target. So we're just going to say B pointer minus equals 1. And that's all we need to do. And if it is less than our target, we need to increase our A pointer to increase the total and get it closer to our target. So we're just going to say A pointer plus equals 1. And then if they are equal, we need to return the positions in the positions that sum up to our target. So if they're equal, what we need to do is return A pointer plus 1, because remember it's not the index but the position. And we're going to put this in a list. So A pointer plus 1 and B pointer plus 1. And that should be it. So if we run code and test it out, see how it performs. It accepted. Let's submit it. And it accepted our code. So this is the solution to the two-sum problem on LeetCode. If you got any value from this or you learned anything, I would appreciate it if you liked, commented, and subscribed.